Hey,
live.
what's up,
Get
man?
it?
We back live, man. It's parlay with us, man. We doing it 11 o'clock show, but we late.
Let's
You
go,
know what I
baby.
mean? Celtics
Let's
post
go.
game show, man. Yo, they did
What's
it.
up? Where
They did it.
everybody
What
at?
up, Tony, man? What up, man? They did it, man.
Yeah, hell
People,
yeah.
yo, when that number started creeping down, man, people was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But
Yeah,
that
they
was
was
them
worried.
falling asleep, though. Celtics was falling asleep real
Yeah,
quick.
but that's normal. But what people gotta understand is right. Every Stack said it. I don't know what's going on with Stacks, but Stack said it. Every team is gonna make a run. Every team is gonna have a run. No matter
Right,
what. Whether you're up 20, 30, 40, doesn't matter. The opposition, they're gonna make a run, right?
right, right,
They're gonna make a run. They make that run. As a coach, you call a timeout, slow things down. You come back from that timeout, you score 2 or 4, maybe 6 points. From
exactly.
that timeout, you're good money.
Yeah, you
Because what
get
you
back
did
in the
is you
game.
weathered
You
the
get back in
storm.
the game. You weather the
Yeah, you
storm.
weathered the storm. You
Yo, they
weathered the storm because these teams they gotta exhaust themselves. You know what I'm saying? To make this run, they gotta exhaust themselves. That's what every team make the run. They gotta exhaust themselves. But if you come back, you time shit out, you time it out, and you come back and you go on a run yourself,
Mhm.
they gotta exhaust themselves again and again and again. But when you look at the clock, the game's almost over and you're still down double digits, 17, 18, 20. Yo, it's tough. And I
They
and
pushed
that's
that
what we
back up,
that's
and
what
I
we
think
did.
that was when they pushed that
That's
the
what we
when
did.
yeah, when they pushed that score back up into the teens there and then got back to that double digit, I mean, that 20-point lead,
They got as
that's when
close
it
as
was
eight
over.
points. Yeah,
Mhm.
they got as close as 8 points.
Yeah.
Is 8 points is as close as they got.
Luca was coming, man. Luca was he got
Luca
on
was coming,
fire
but
for me.
yeah,
He
but
got on
he
fire.
was tired. He was tired.
Mm,
He was tired. And there was a couple of shots that he shot that came up short, and
yeah,
it showed he was tired.
he
He was
threw up some
tired.
shots,
And what
yeah.
happened was it was exactly what I was expecting from this team. This team, listen, Dallas haven't they did not face a team like us in the
Mm,
playoffs.
mm,
Don't get me wrong. Record wise, seeding wise, seeding
mm,
seeding wise, the seeding,
mhm.
number one seed, number seeding wise, yeah, they matched up in terms of okay, they're the underdogs but these teams didn't have that type of artillery that we have. Multiple players that can make those threes, multiple players that can score, multiple players that could, keep you working on a
Right,
defensive side
right,
where you're gonna exhaust yourself when it comes to the offensive side of things. And
right.
that's what we did today. That's what we did today. We wore them out. It showed. We wore them out. Where was Kyrie? Where was Luca? They was worn out. They was worn out. They did their thing in the beginning, yeah,
Right.
like a lot of teams do. A lot of the teams that played us, yeah, in the
But
beginning, but
and I
when
think
those
that's what
when
would
those
that
threes are raining,
I think that's what the mistake that what's his name? The coach there, Jason Kidd made. Jason Kidd, the mistake he made was thinking that if their team can shoot a lot of 2-point field goals, that they can keep up or win the game, not realizing that the the Celtics shoot the three at a good clip when they're hot, especially when
yes,
they're hot. When it's going in,
yes,
they shoot the three at a good clip. And like you
yes,
said, you got multiple people shooting that three. You know what I mean? That could shoot
yes.
the three. That's what I'm saying. You got Holiday, you got White, you got obviously JB, you got
Everybody was hitting.
you got Tatum,
Everybody was hitting.
you got Horford, you got
Yes.
Porzingis. So, you're right. And then you got a guys like, Pritchard and Hauser that could come in and,
Hauser made
good
some
thing
key
Hauser
threes.
made some threes today
He
too.
made
You
some
know what
key
I mean? He
threes
made
with
some threes. he
showed
kind of
a
put
lot.
himself back in the map. You know, he put himself back
Yes,
in
yes,
you know, in the situation as far as like in the lineup for the basically for this series. You know, if he could continue doing what he's doing right now in this series, that he can be a good bench
yes, definitely,
player. You know what I mean? And the
definitely.
only thing that I you know out the bench, I think you know I really didn't see his game too much, but Pritchard need to be a little bit more. He did good. He did good
Defensively,
defensively. He
defensively,
played good
and that's
defensively. Like
huge.
so, maybe that's what he has
That's
to give up.
huge.
He has to
Yeah,
give up
yeah,
one thing for the next. So,
yes, that's
you
huge.
know, yeah, maybe they say, "Hey, don't worry
Yes,
about scoring points, but help,
yeah,
but
yeah,
help, but
yeah.
help staying with Luca."
Help us
Right,
with
right,
Kyrie.
right.
Help us with
And Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Right,
Help
right.
us with Kyrie.
Help us
Listen,
with Kyrie. Yeah.
help us wearing down Kyrie. That's what this whole game plan is. And I said this, that's what the game plan is. You got to wear these guys out. They only got two guys that are superstars, two guys that everybody's paying attention to, Luca and Kyrie. You got to wear them down. And that's what happened to them in the previous series. They wasn't getting worn down because a lot of those teams that they played wasn't shooting the 3-point ball
Right.
at a good rate. They wasn't shooting the 3-point ball effectively. And that's what I said earlier. You think about it, from OKC, from the Clippers, from Minnesota, they wasn't shooting the 3-point ball well.
Right.
So what happened was it helped Dallas. Dallas didn't have to work as hard. Even when they was down, they knew that this team can't shoot the 3-point ball well. So think
Right.
about with us. They got within 8. They got within 8 with
I
us.
know.
We called a timeout. We came back and we went on a 10-3 run after that. When we came out that timeout, we hit
Hmm.
a 3 at some point on that run. 2 point. It's like there's no room for error with us. There's no room for error. That's why I said it. And let me tell you,
Shout out to everybody here in the live,
shout out
man.
to
That's
everybody
here.
that's in the
Shout
live,
out to everybody in the live,
no
man.
doubt.
Good looking
So
out,
you
man. This
you
parlay with us, man. It got me, Mr. Beans. You got Stony Crook, Hustle Stacks, and Sean Doe. They took the night off on this post game post game recap show. But yeah, man. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry about
no.
that.
So
I'm
when you
shouting
think
everybody
about it,
out in
right?
the live. Yeah.
When you think about it, like I said earlier, people want to say, we skated through because the injuries with the opponents that we played with, whether it was Indiana, Miami, Cleveland. So these are teams that play with pace. That's what helped us. These are teams that play with pace. Even though we beat these teams
Hmm.
and we won the series, but the work, we had to put that work in. We
Right.
had to match these guys. These guys were putting that work in. So Dallas
The
didn't play
energy,
those
you
type
mean?
of games.
Match that
Yeah.
energy, that speed.
No, but the work, because you got to
Yeah,
remember, um, Indiana they were shooting the 3 ball well, cuz they were
that's
shooting the
true.
3 ball well.
That's true. There was
Cleveland, they were shooting the 3 ball well. You got this guy went off. Um,
Mitchell
Mitchell went off before he
till he
got
got
injured.
hurt. Before he
He
got
went
hurt. Yeah.
off. We won that game. Don't get me wrong. We won that game, but he went off. He shot
Right.
he made like 9 to 10 threes.
Right.
So these are teams that we went possession for possession with. These are teams that shot the 3 ball well. Indiana, they shot the 3 ball well. We had to go 3 ball for 3 ball with these guys with Indiana. They
And
always
they
shooting the
ran
three
it,
ball
and
well.
they
Yeah,
ran the ball at the good
yeah. So
as
we
far
got
as like
tested.
speed.
And
Right.
I said it. We got tested. Don't get me wrong. They superstars were out, but still, regardless, we got tested. We had to play this game and we had to contest these 3-point shots, and we had to go from field goal to field goal with these guys. So now you
Mm-hmm.
got a Dallas team that didn't have to deal with that. Dallas didn't have to deal with a team like we had to deal with. They didn't have to deal with a team shooting a 3 ball well. Clippers didn't shoot a 3 ball well. Minnesota, they didn't shoot the 3 ball well.
Mm-hmm.
OKC, they didn't shoot. You know what I'm saying? There was only certain
Right.
players that can make those threes. So that's why I feel like we're in a great spot. We're in a great position playing this team.
Right.
This
Right.
team didn't have to like deal with a team like we had to deal with. We had to deal with the teams that was shooting the three ball very well. And look at the result. Everybody had Dallas because Dallas was 6.5 underdogs today. They were 6.5 underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics was minus 6.5. Everybody was on Dallas plus 6.5. Everybody was on Dallas. Everybody took Dallas today. Everybody.
Mm.
And that's real talk. Everybody took Dallas.
Right.
I didn't. I mean, I'm looking. No, rarely anybody took Celtics. Everybody took Dallas and Kyrie, Luca. And look at that.
Right.
That's why I don't play. That's why I don't bet basketball because basketball is different like that. But in my heart, I knew that the Celtics had that advantage because they played a team that can score. They play teams that can score. That can score. You got a team that the Mavericks got. Yeah, they can score, but not at the pace that the Pacers can score. Yeah, they don't got that superstar in Luca and Kyrie, but we watched it. We
They got
watched this.
players that can shoot the rock. Yeah.
Beans, we watched it. These guys
Yeah,
can
you're right.
score. The
You're
Pacers
right.
can score. Cleveland can score. Miami, they can score. Yeah, they were short, but they can score. These are
Right.
teams that can score. They can play without their superstars. But Dallas was playing teams with their superstars that can't really play like that. So I feel like it on paper, yeah, it shows that we took the lesser road to get to the finals. But I feel like team wise, we took the harder
But
road
I,
because
I I don't
I
see
feel like
about
we
I don't
played
almost
tougher teams that they did in the Western Conference. I swear, I feel that
I
way
don't I
because
don't see it in that
look at that.
route that we took the lesser role. I see it in the
I don't
way
see
that
it either.
I
I
see it
don't
in the
see
way
it
that,
either.
okay, the ball bounced in our favor in certain look what happened last year, Tatum getting hurt. You know what I mean? So
Tatum got
this
hurt
year
on
the
that
ball
in that game
knock on
7.
wood, knock on wood, but I'm just saying, um, you know, the ball right now is in our court. I think it's in our
Oh
favor
my,
for us to come through.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
It's in
it
our favor to
showed.
come through.
It
It's this
showed.
time. It's our time, man. I think it's the
Let me ask
Celtics
you.
time.
Let me
It's the
let me ask you a
Celtics time.
question.
Period.
Right, but let me ask you a question, Stacks. Right,
Mhm.
we beat Dallas by 20 plus points. Right? Did we beat Miami by 20 plus points in the first game? Hell no. We beat them by double digits, but it wasn't by that much.
Right. Right.
Cleveland, the first game, we didn't beat them by that much. Indiana, you know what happened with that? It took a
Right.
fucking
Yep. That's right.
overtime and
The overtime to get past that. Yep.
you
Yep.
see what I'm saying? Cuz you see what I'm saying? And I was stressing that on the low, the East was a tougher route. The East is a tougher road to the finals than the West is. People look at the West because of this and that. No, the West is not that tough. The West is not as tough as the East. The East, we make those 3-point balls. The East of our lineup is a lot longer than the
Deeper.
West, starting
Right.
a lot deeper. Thank you. In the East, the lineup is a lot deeper than the West is. They look at the West and they see the names and everything like that, but we're a lot deeper starting 5 wise. We're a lot
Right.
deeper, and on the West, they're not as deep as us starting 5 wise.
Right.
And Indiana was the best thing that could have happened to us. Indiana is the best thing that could happen to us. I wouldn't go as far as Cleveland. Cleveland gave us a little something. Miami, hell no. Miami was just
A tune-up.
it was a tune-up. That loss was just because
Right.
a lot of us went to bed late
That's
the
what I'm
night
saying.
before.
Yeah. 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 That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, but Indiana really put us on our shit. Like, yo, yeah, this team scores, we can score. There's nobody in the West that can score like these guys. Yeah, they got their superstars, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but we're not gonna put this team in a position where they superstars could come through. That's the thing. Minnesota was fucking around, moonwalking with these dudes, letting these dudes in the game. The thing is with Dallas, you don't want to play with these guys. You don't want to have these guys in a situation where it's going to come down to a couple of possessions. You don't want to be winning by a point or 3 points with these guys. Of course not. Yeah,
Right,
they're going to
right,
come through.
right, 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 right. You're
Oh,
totally right about that. You're
you
right. You
got
don't
to
wanna play that type of gamble.
You
Nah.
don't want to play that type of game with them. You
Mm-mm.
want to you want to spank these dudes.
You wanna
Get them
be
out
up
there.
by a good
That's
number.
it. You want to
Yeah,
have Kyrie and you want to have Luke on the bench in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go. That's what you want to do. You don't want to
yeah.
have these guys in the game when the game should have been done a long time ago. And that's what happened with Minnesota. They let these guys around. They let these guys hang around, and everything was. That's the thing.
But Minnesota wasn't like you just said, you just called it out. Minnesota has, they didn't have shooters, and at the end of the day, there
Yeah,
you
they didn't
go.
have shooters at the
They
end of
didn't
the day.
have shooters.
Exactly.
They
They didn't
had the
have
one they
shooters.
had the one
Right.
dynamic kid in Edwards and
And
Ant-Man.
Edwards and
Yep.
Cat
And
disappeared,
Cat
but
disappeared, and
and,
and 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 that's the
and
that's the name of the game right there. I mean, I
right,
don't care who else you got on that squad. I think those are the 2 people that you would call the superstars,
exactly.
and you're right. And you could say that about a lot of the teams on the West. You're right about that.
Yeah,
So,
a
and
lot of
then
them was on some shit.
the East do have deeper teams, like even a team like Philly, a team like New York. New York got hurt.
Yeah, New York got hurt. What
Philly
happened?
was not right,
But let me
without
tell you,
so yeah, you're right. They got deeper teams.
let me tell you something. To me, the biggest mystery, I ain't gonna lie to you, the biggest mystery to me, I think in the history of me watching the NBA, the biggest mystery to me watching the NBA is what happened with Denver at home.
Yeah,
You
that's
have a
crazy.
team, listen, you have a team that's defending champs at home, and they was up 20 at some point in the game. I think they was up 20, I think in the second quarter. Think about us. We was up 20 in the second quarter at home. We're clearly a better team than these guys. Denver was a clearly better team than Dallas. Game
No,
7,
you
you're
mean
up
then
20. It was
Minnesota?
up. Yeah. No, but let's go further back. Yeah,
Okay,
Minnesota, right? It was
yeah,
Minnesota. No,
Minnesota.
it wasn't Dallas. Yeah, it was Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota. Up 20 against Minnesota. I think it was the second quarter. Don't get me wrong. It was early. It wasn't late in the
It was
game, but
early.
still,
It was early.
but
Not
still,
early, but it was
we
second quarter. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well, we was up 20 early against Dallas. We was up 20. You got a defending world champs up 20 against Dallas early. To me, if you ask me what happened with that, I can't even like break it down. All I can say is that they didn't make their shots, but I cannot explain to you guys what happened with these guys in that
I
situation.
can't either, but the most I could say is I think it was sorry, here I go saying Dallas. Um, Minnesota had the youth in that series, and
Young,
I think they were playing very young and energetic, and I think Denver was just too focused on the Jokic thing instead of focus on what they did the first time to get to where they were. I think they kind of like centered Jokic as the end all be all instead of letting the team play. Remember, they played, but the way
right?
they won last year was based on team, not
Yes.
on this
No, it
Jokic. And
wasn't.
when it
Jokic
turned
came
into
through when he had
that,
to come through, but it's like,
yeah, of course, he's a great player. He's a great player. I'm just saying, once they focused that, I think team wise, that's what happened. That's what spoiled the situation for Denver. Denver should have never lost to Minnesota. Not the
Denver
way,
should have never.
never the
That is
not
the
the way the
biggest.
product, especially the product of the way
Let me tell you,
Minnesota put out against Dallas. Denver should have never lost to
They
Minnesota.
should have never lost. And up 20. And let me tell you, a lot of people
Period. Up 20. I don't care
lost
how it is. They should have never lost
money.
to them.
A lot of money was lost in that game. A lot of money was lost in that game. Trust me when I tell you.
Oh yeah,
Vegas,
that
they
Denver,
took a
Minnesota. Oh hell
they
yeah.
took a big hit because a lot of people took Denver to win. Not even with
Mhm.
the spread. I don't want the spread. With the spread was probably like 3, 4, whatever the spread was. There was people taking them just to straight win
Mhm.
at home. Game 7
Mhm.
at home.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then they up 20. People, you could
They
make
was
live
about to
bets.
go they was about to go cash them
Yeah, yeah,
checks in.
you can
Those
make
tickets
live
in.
bets. Like you
Yeah,
see a
yeah,
team
yeah.
trending like that, you're gonna make more bets. You're gonna bet on a team more.
Right.
And man, let me tell you, man,
Heartbreak.
a lot of people, a lot of bets, a lot of people lost that game. But what my point is that is, you got to pay attention to what these teams are doing. And like I said earlier, the guy, his name is Brian Barrett. Shout out to Brian Barrett. Um, he has a podcast called The Ringer.
Mhm.
Um, man, he made some great points, man. I was listening to him the other night. He made some great points, and I wanted to understand the teams that Dallas beat, um,
Mhm.
and he was so on point. He was so spot on in terms of Dallas didn't have to work that much on defense because a lot of these teams that Dallas played didn't shoot the three ball well. They didn't shoot a high percentage, whether it was a three ball or whether it was the two ball, whether it was a field goal percentage. They didn't
Mhm.
shoot the ball well. So Dallas was able to preserve their energy. They was able to come through in the end in a lot of these games that came down to a point or two, 3 points or 4 points, because a lot of these teams were playing close.
Right.
And you got a team in the Celtics that could really make you work because the whole starting five can shoot the three ball well. So that's what happened with Dallas. They
You gotta
they
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 stretch
came
you
up
out. They stretch you out. They
right.
stretch
They
you
came
out.
upon a team that can shoot
Mhm.
the three ball well. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to work.
You
You
gotta
can't
guard.
relax. Right. You
Yeah.
got to guard. You
You gotta
can't
guard.
relax like you did in the
And not
previous.
every and then what? You double up on somebody, you're gonna pick your poison or whatever.
Right.
Whatever you
Exactly.
choose to do, you're gonna have to pick your poison
And
on
everybody was
defense.
everybody was a
Yeah.
suspect. Lively
Yeah,
was a
if you're trying to get
suspect.
help, if you're trying to get help on something,
Stafford was a
and
suspect.
Lively to truthfully, before we go on this park on this post game show, we're about to end it now. Um,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Lively should have my last take on this game. Great game by the Celtics. We both,
Great
I mean,
game.
all of us on the podcast said today that we knew the Celtics would have come out today
Hell yeah.
victorious.
Hell
Um,
yeah. Hell yeah.
great work by the Celtics, JB. Great work, Tatum. Great work, all of the whole team, right? But Lively shouldn't have been. They should have got him out of there. Like, with that 5 fouls, he shouldn't even last with that 5 fouls. They should have got that
Right.
6 out of him real quick and get him out of there. It's
Yes.
not like he was a
Wasn't
you
he
know
wasn't anything.
a
Nobody was
factor.
nothing.
He wasn't a
Nobody was
factor,
a
but
factor. Who was a factor?
yeah,
Nobody.
exactly.
Nobody was a factor. Luca was the whole like everybody was a suspect.
Yeah,
All those points.
Luca got hot, but like you said, when they
Yeah,
when they when they clamped down the defense, when they
yeah.
clamped down the defense on Luca and
Listen,
they
they
start
got with
chipping
a
off of
Nate.
him a little bit and sending a little help on
They
it,
got with a Nate.
especially like he likes to spin off the off he likes to spin off the off
Yeah,
the pick and roll at the top. They was throwing that extra help and got a couple of steals out of that. So,
right.
yeah, the Celtics did their job
It was a
defensively.
yo.
Good.
Listen, it
I
was
mean,
a
good
couple
job. Good coaching by Joe
great.
Mazzulla.
Listen,
Good
great,
great
great.
coaching by
Listen,
Jay Mazzulla. Good.
great
Joe
coaching by
Mazzulla.
great coaching by Coach Missoula. I love the timeout he took when Dallas got within 16.
Mhm.
My God, that was a great timeout. Dallas, you trying to tell me a team got within 16 and you calling timeout? That just goes to show you how much control we had of
They
this
focused.
game.
They're focused.
Focus, and the coach just wanted to bring the guys in and let them understand that.
Right.
That's what that
Put
timeout
that
was
back in their
about.
head. Yeah, put that
Listen,
back in and
guys,
get focused. Yeah.
these guys are feeling themselves right now. They got close. They feeling, all right, this is what we're gonna do. They went up again. Dallas got as close as 8 points. That's as close as they got the whole game. They got 8 points. Once they got
Right.
into 8 points, another timeout.
Right.
All right, these guys are whatever. They feeling themselves. This is what we got to do. We came out of that timeout. We went back up by, I think, 20 after that. After that
Yeah.
timeout, we went up by 20 at some point. Great coaching, but the whole thing is that we have a lot of firepower. That's the thing,
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
We have a
Hey,
lot of firepower when we're comfortable right now. We have a lot of
yo, with
firepower.
Porzingis in the lineup, you could see it.
Is doing his thing, and we did the right thing with him. He made his mark. We
And then
haven't.
sat him down.
That's it. Yo, you good? You chill.
Yeah.
We didn't see him for like pretty much the rest of the second half.
The second half and fourth quarter. Yeah,
For
all
what?
that. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
up.
Much.
We're
Yeah, he
up
was done.
20 something.
Yeah, he gave the points that they got from him, and they said thank you.
Great game plan. Yo, listen, we're on a mission right now, and I felt it. We're on a mission right now.
But
and Dallas is gonna be lucky to win a game. But
listen. So just to pivot off of what you just said,
yes,
we will be back on Sunday afternoon for the pregame show. Parlay with us. Check us out. Parlay with us, my peoples. Check us out Sunday pregame show 7:30. Parlay with us with me, Mr. Bean, Stony Crook, Hustle Stacks, and Sean Doe. And we'll be doing this again. It'll be the Celtics Mavs NBA finals, and Sunday will be game 2, and we'll do the game 2 pregame, and then we'll do a postgame show. So we'll see you guys again, and thanks for coming through on Sunday, and we'll see y'all on Sunday.
Yes.
And thanks for coming through. Enough respect to everybody who came through, man, and everybody else in the live and the chat and everything. We love it. Shout out to the Celtics. We'll see you guys. Peace.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, sun get through.